afternoon mula sa New York. Alam ko, early morning ngayon sa Metro Manila at sa Philippines. Brother ako si Jaya ko, pinagdito ako ngayon sa 5th Avenue sa New York City. Nasa likod ko actually nakikita nyo. Dito yung camera ha. Ikot natin yung camera. Nasa harap ako ng Philippine Consulate dito sa 5th Avenue. Ito yung consulate para sa United Nations. Kung saan nakagather sa labas mga iba't ibang grupo na nagpoprotesta ahead of President Marcos's address before the UNGA or the UNGA high-level general debates. So, itong grupong nag-gather ngayon dito, the groups that are gathered here from different organizations. A lot of them are Filipinos or Filipino-Americans. Some of the people here naman are allies of Filipinos and Filipino-Americans. They're protesting. On top of protesting President Marcos's address before the UNGA or the UNGA itself, they're also commemorating or marking yung anniversary po ng martial law or pag-declare ng martial law ng tatay ni President President Marcos, yung unang President Marcos, the late dictator, who was ousted from power 56 years old during the People Power Revolution. Hindi ko alam kung naririnig yun ng maayos, yung mga chants, yung mga sinasabi dito. Pero may mga nakausap kami kanina. Migrante USA, parang nabanggit nga niya, kaya itong protesta daw na ito, it's also to remind people, to remind specifically the Filipinos based in New York or based in the US of the human rights abuses, of the theft that happened during the martial law era. Kung hindi nyo alam or kung nakalimutan nyo na for some reason, kulit yung camera po yung kumbaga President Marcos, the first Ferdinand Marcos, kasi Ferdinand Marcos din ang current president natin. Yung tatay niya, yung diktador nga na oust from power in 1996, ruled, held his post in Malacanang for over 20 years. Yung latter half wala ng martial law, pero parang ganun din yung sistema, bagamat walang martial law, parang martial rule pa rin yung paghahawak sa Pilipinas. So, flip ko ulit yung camera para makita nyo kung ano nangyayari dito. So, itong 5th Avenue, kung hindi kayo familiar, major shopping area siya dito sa New York. Kita nyo, yung mga maraming banks, maraming shopping store, mga stores, may Barnes & Noble sa harap actually. So, may portion dito, ang tawag na dito ay Millionaire's Row kasi may portion dito na residential. So, kumbaga, napaka-upscale ng area na ito. Itong consulate natin, consulate ng Pilipinas to the UN, dito ay parang 70s pa po ito na itayo. In fact, there is a plaque inside the building that signifies that it is inspired by, quote-unquote, ito yung word sa plaque inspired by and dedicated to the former First Lady Imelda Marcos, the mother of the current president and the wife of the late dictator. Pause muna tayo bilang kumakanta muna sila. Kumakanta muna ng ibang again, kung ngayon lang kayo nanonood, dito ako sa 5th Avenue sa New York City sa Manhattan, sa tapat ng Philippine Consulate dito sa New York. So, itong building na ito, medyo mismo UN headquarters kasi today, It's September 20 here in New York. It's the UNGA, high-level general debate. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng mga world leader na dadalo sa UNGA, andun ngayon sa UN headquarters para magsalita. They take turns speaking before the assembly. President Marcos is set to speak before the UNGA general debate at around 3 p.m. Past 3 p.m. New York time, so that's around 3 a.m. past 3 a.m. In the Philippines. So mga 3 hours pa yan, 2 hours from now actually. So ito ulit, andito tayo sa harap ng Philippine Consulate sa 5th Avenue, kung saan may protesta. Actually, pakita ko rin sa inyo, hindi ko lang kung makalapit ako kasi medyo, nasa New York po tayo at medyo masikip at maraming tao dito dumadaan, hindi lang dahil sa protesta. Pero script ulit yung camera. Kung makikita nyo, ito, nakatutok ako ngayon sa mga nagpo-protesta laban kay President Marcos. Again, this protest isn't just because he's speaking before the UNGA, pero kasama na din dito yung paggunita at pag-remember ng martial law. Again, President Marcos ay ang ikalawang President Marcos ng Pilipinas. The first President Marcos was the late dictator who was ousted from power in 1986. So I'm gonna move the camera to another group also gathered here. Ipo-focus po natin sa nag-rally. Dito naman po, kung ito, pinaprotesta ang pagsalita ni Bongbong Marcos, yung ginuginita, yung martial law. Ito naman, kung makita nyo, yung iba dito, may suot at may hawak na Uniteam banners. Yung Uniteam naman, ito yung, kung naalala nyo, ito yung coalition ay Bongbong Marcos and now Vice President Sara Duterte. Of course, the tandem won the 2022 elections they're the first majority elected na President at Vice President ng Pilipinas. Over 31 million voters in the case of President Marcos. So ito naman, tumatabi lang tayo para hindi tayo makaharang sa mga tao. Ito naman, hawak nila ng mga placard nakalagay, Bagong Pilipinas, supporting PBBM, that's the acronym for President Marcos, yung mga programa niya. Ito naman, flip natin yung camera or galaw tayo ng konti. Ito naman, laban kay President Marcos. At pati na rin kay Vice President Sara Duterte, kung hindi kayo familiar, si Sara Duterte ay anak ni nakaka-step down lang or kakatapos lang ng term as President of the Philippines. Ulit, si Ferdinand Marcos ay mag-a-address will speak before the UNGA, the UNGA high-level general debate at around 3 p.m. New York time. Past 3 p.m. New York time, sorry. So, siya yung ikalawa na magsasalita during the afternoon session. Sige, tip natin kasi lalakad-lakad tayo ng konti. So, Marcos is expected to speak. He's the second scheduled to speak during the afternoon session. So, yung afternoon session, magsisimula yan ng 3 p.m. hanggang sawa. Kasi ang mga world leaders naman, hindi sila restricted, although they're given a courtesy of 15 minutes, hindi sila restricted. Kung lumagpas sila ng 15 minutes, they are allowed, of course, to continue speaking and addressing the UNGA during the general. So again, I'm gonna flip the camera once more. Yung malaking banner dito, nakikita nyo, sabi, hold Marcos Duterte accountable. No to fascist dynasties. Of course, when they say dynasties, they're referring to the fact that Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the current president, is the son of Ferdinand Marcos Sr., the dictator who was out in Sara Duterte, the vice president, and the education secretary is the daughter naman of former President Rodrigo Duterte, who just finished his term in 2022. So actually, kung isipin mo the fact na they are from dynasties, this wasn't something that they shied from during the 2022 campaign. In fact, hinighlight nga nila to, di ba? if you cover, or if you follow the campaign of in 2022, a lot of the tandem, although did not draw explicitly from the popularity of their parents, parang nag-evoke sila ng image of Rodrigo Duterte and the first Ferdinand Marcos president. Also context dito, no, President Duterte, the former President Duterte rather, exited the post as among them with the highest approval rating for a sitting president since survey started. So, medyo unprecedented yung ganun kataas yung popularity niya even after 6 years and even after the end of his term. So, yun din siguro yung konteksto din kung paano ba nanalo or bakit ang laki ng mandato or bakit majority win ang nakuha ni Ferdinand Marcos tsaka ni Sara Duterte. Okay? So, buong week na to sa New York, medyo intense yung security dito in the city, understandably, because again, yung UNGA dyan, ito yung ibig sabihin kung may UNGA General Assembly, may UN General Assembly at may high-level general debate, lahat ng napakaraming world leaders yung pupunta dito sa New York. Kung hindi world leaders, yung mga top representatives nila, so mga top government officials din, lahat sila nasa New York ngayon. So medyo heightened yung security dito. Although ngayon dito sa embassy, konti lang yung security na nakikita natin. It's a very organized protest. Yung mismong miyembro ng groups who are protesting here, they serve as parang marshals, kumbaga reminding people na huwag humarang sa kalsada kasi ulit nasa 5th Avenue tayo, napaka-busy na street na ito. So kung nakita niyo, flip ko ulit. Sige lang. Yan, may mga dumadaan-daan habang yung program itself ay andito sa gilid. So again, ito yung consulate ng Pilipinas along 5th Avenue, kung Consulate General of the Philippines for the Philippine Mission to the United Nations. Yun yung full na title ng gusali na ito. So itong gusali na ito was built in the 70s. May plaque sa loob that notes na it was inspired by quote-unquote and dedicated to the former First Lady, the Marcos. Pwede nating i-link kung nakikinig ang ating social media team at kaya nilang i-link yung report ni Rambo Talabong mula sa New York a few weeks back. Yun naman yung report na yun. It's a tour. It tours you around New York and the buildings that the former First Lady purchased while they were in power. Plural yun. Tsaka yung mga posh, high-end apartments na bilhin nila. Pati na rin yung shopping spree na nangyari dito sa New York. During the 2 decades that the Marcos family was in power, during the martial law years, and even beyond, before, during, and after, immediately after the martial law years. So, pumasok kami dyan, yung media delegation who flew in from Manila for a briefing 2 days ago. Again, if you're watching, we have been live for how many minutes now? 30 minutes. So, if you're watching, andito ako sa harap ng Philippine Consulate General of the Philippines for the Permanent Mission to the United Nations sa New York, sa 5th Avenue. Kasi may mga grupo dito nagpo-protesta dahil mamaya-maya ay President Ferdinand Marcos UNGA will be addressing the United Nations General Assembly during the high-level general debates sa UN headquarters na medyo malayo pa dito. Ayun, salamat sa nagpin. Ayun, kung gusto nyo mapanood at makita yung ano ba tong pinagsasabi natin na shopping spree ni Imelda Marcos dito sa New York, ayan, makikita nyo dyan sa link na yan. So, isang konteksto din, di ba? Parang, kasi baka nagtataka kayo, bakit nasa New York si President Marcos, hindi ba bali-balita noong kampanya na meron siyang contempt ruling dito sa US, paano siya makakapasok, di ba siya maaaresto? Dahil siya ay Pangulo, dahil siya ang head of state, meron siyang diplomatic immunity, and he doesn't have to worry about the threat of that contempt order of being subpoenaed and eventually possibly being arrested. Kasi yung basis nun at na-explain ito ni Sofia Toma Cruz ay he is representing the interests of the Philippines and not his own personal interests. Habang andito siya for official business as the head of state, as the president, he enjoys diplomatic immunity. So in fact, ito yung ikatlong araw ni President Marcos dito sa New York. Yung first na day sa 18 ay nagkaroon siya ng parang event, gathering ng Filipino community. Obviously, yung nag-gather doon ay mga Marcos supporters. Sa New Jersey yung gathering, pero yung mga dumalo doon, halo-halo. May mga taga New Jersey, may mga taga New York, kahit nga West Coast, tsaka Canada, lumipad ng New Jersey para sa event na yon. And then after that, he apparently attended a concert here in New York City naman. And then kahapon naman, parang economic issues yung theme ng activities ni Bongbong Marcos. Una, he had meetings with huge US-based corporations, including one that has to do with nuclear energy. Tapos isa din doon, kamitin niya yung Boeing, kasama yung delegation niya. And then after that, meron siyang luncheon with the US-Philippine Society. And then he went to the New York Stock Exchange where he rang the closing bell. And he attended, or he was the keynote speaker during an economic forum. You can get updates about those activities from simula ulit sila nag-chant dito. You can get details about yung activities ni President Marcos kahapon doon nga sa New York Stock Exchange. Kasi isa din naman sa mga layunin niya dito sa Amerika ay pag-promote ng Philippine economy, hopefully inviting investors to put their money in the Philippines. Kasi syempre isa din yung thrust ng government ngayon, di ba? Yung post-pandemic economic recovery natin, even as the Philippines slowly tries to open, to go back to pre-pandemic levels. So I'll flip the camera again one last time so that you can see what's going on here. So the Philippine Center, again, ito yung Consulate General of the Philippines for the permanent mission to the United Nations. There's a banner here outside that says, "Hold Marcos Duterte accountable," and "No to fascist dynasties." Muli, there's a group here protesting Ferdinand Marcos and Vice President Sara Duterte, but there's a smaller group here naman expressing support for the President and the Vice President of the Philippines, and also yung unity team pa yung bit-bit nila na anyway, yun muna yung oras dito ngayon ay mag-1 p.m. na New York time. In 2 hours, we expect President Marcos to address the UNGA during the high-level general debates. We'll also be bringing updates about that address. And in fact, you can watch the stream on Rappler also. So hindi lang ito yung nilalive din namin yung mismong general debates na nangyayari ngayon sa UN habang may UNGA. So panoorin nyo yun, meron kami mga live updates pages tungkol sa UNGA, sa UNGA. Meron din kaming live updates page tungkol sa mga activities ni President Marcos dito sa New York during his 6-day working visit in the United States. Again, this has been Beko Pin. Hanggang dito muna tayo. You can follow Rappler for updates from New York and even from Manila. Analysis, always quick analysis on President Marcos's address before the UNGA during the high-level general debate. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again in a few hours. Bye!